What is up, guys? NYKF31 here, bringing you a game of Madden 25 and talking about Championship Sunday. Using this game as a backdrop, this is the second online franchise that I am in, the 4th and 1 online league. Wildcard playoffs, Season 1, I have the Rams, but we have Championship Sunday. We have one game in the books. The Denver Broncos are on their way to the Super Bowl. I'll touch on that in a little bit. And I'm watching the NFC title game, the Niners and the Seahawks. A game with a lot of twists and turns and not looking very good for San Francisco at the moment. I thought San Francisco had an excellent chance to win the game. I thought they would. And for a while, it looked like that was the way it was going to be, but they're up against it right now. They need a major hold on the goal line to avoid falling behind 2 possessions. Because I figured that San Francisco is a more well-rounded team. The defenses are pretty much a wash. They're fairly even. And I don't think Seattle is multi-dimensional enough on offense to put enough points on the board. I think San Francisco can do more. That was my thought process going in, and I'm sticking to it until the final whistle sounds. You can't just bail on the team that you picked to win the game just because of some adversity. And it looks like Navarro Bowman is injured too, my goodness. But the game started to turn with a horrible lapse of discipline for San Francisco, where they jumped off sides, thereby giving Seattle a free play, and to Seattle's credit, they cash it in. Russell Wilson went for the end zone, horrible coverage, horrible play on the ball, horrible all the way around on defense. There was no play on the ball, actually. And Seattle took the lead, and then after that, you get a sack, fumble, and a recovery by Seattle to set them up in prime field position. So the game has done a Madden momentum swing. And wow. They got straight up screwed on that call. Oh, that was a terrible knee injury. That is terrible. Bad injury and a horrible break for the Niners. No idea how the refs missed that. So San Francisco is really up against it. Now going to the AFC Championship game. And the Broncos' performance and hanging 500 yards of total offense on Bill Belichick. That really pleased me to see. Now, the thing that I find, well, it's always fascinating when Peyton Manning's in a big game, and even more so when he's in the big game and facing Tom Brady, because you have the inevitable comparisons as they have been the, ooh, did San Francisco get another fumble? Oh my goodness. Marshawn Lynch fumbled it. Patrick Willis had it. It looked like Patrick Willis had a chance to scoop the sucker up. Mike, did they recover? Did they recover this ball? They could have had a touchdown if Willis scoops this up. Wow. A lot of twists and turns in this game. But going back to the Broncos. The thing with the Broncos, when Peyton Manning in particular, when Peyton Manning gets in that rhythm early, where he's a conductor out there, moving the offense around like he's conducting an orchestra, and is playing like it's a 7-on-7 drill, you're not beating him. It's not happening. You might as well just go home, because you're never going to get him out of that rhythm. If you don't shake him up early, if you don't make him be indecisive out there, you're not going to break that rhythm. The difference between he and Eli is that Peyton Manning needs order and structure to function, where Eli's the opposite. Eli thrives when things are chaotic. Peyton is a little shaky in that kind of situation. And if you don't make things chaotic for him, you're done. And that's basically the way that game went. The Pats don't have enough offensive weapons. You know, when Edelman is your go-to guy, you're going to get exposed a little bit. And that's pretty much how that game panned out, because when that offense gets clicking, you're not stopping it, and that defense is designed to play off the offense. They're basically built exactly like the old Colts teams were. Get a lead, rush the passer, and bend but don't break. So I'm happy for Peyton Manning. I'm a big Peyton Manning fan. Always have been, always will be. And I just get tired of the um, criticism that he takes because he only, quote unquote, has one championship and his playoff record isn't as great as people want it to be. You know, Peyton Manning, let's not get it twisted here. The bottom line is Peyton Manning isn't a good player. He's not a great player. He's an all-time player. He's one of the all-time greats in the history of the NFL. Period. End of discussion. Talking about a man who's going to be in his third Super Bowl. He's already won one Super Bowl, and he's going to win his fifth MVP. And he's the closest thing to the greatest combination of productivity and physical skills that I've ever seen, Dan Marino, since Dan Marino. People compare him to Dan Marino career-wise as if that's a negative. You know, people act like Dan Marino was some kind of bum because he never won a Super Bowl. I watched a lot of football in my time, and you can go most of your life, you can go 20, 30 years on this earth and not see 3 quarterbacks, 5 quarterbacks tops that can throw the ball with Dan Marino. Combining, I'm not talking about just throwing the ball and just talent, but combining that with productivity. I've seen Peyton Manning is the closest. He's the closest. I'd put Favre is a little bit different player, but you know, he combines that mix of just pure physical talent, productivity, and of course he had insane durability. Elway, again, different type of player, not quite as efficient and accurate as the Peyton Mannings, Dan Marinos, Joe Montanas of the world. And you know, more recently, I would put Aaron Rodgers in that group, as well as Tom Brady. I think those two are a notch above a guy like, say, Drew Brees. So, and then Colin Kaepernick shows that he cannot make reads on a consistent basis. Seattle's trying to keep you in this game, and you just make a horrible throw. Bad. So that's my take on Peyton Manning, my take on how he ranks historically and his career and his legacy. And obviously I feel like the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl this year, regardless of who they play, whether it's San Francisco or Seattle, because you're not going to shut them down. You're not going to shut them out. You're going to have to outscore them. And neither team possesses the type of offense that will allow that to happen. It's very, very hard to hold a potent offense down in the NFL the way the game is played now, the way it's officiated. The Seahawks have the better chance of the two, I feel, because they can really cover. And they can really cover tight ends. Vernon Davis has been a non-factor this game. And last week they shut down Graham, which is no easy task. And they're able to play as physical as the rules allow you to. So I would give Seattle the better chance of the two teams of shutting that offense down. But I don't think either team will. And I think it's a Denver Broncos year. And Peyton Manning will get his second Super Bowl, second in 3 tries. And people can just shut up. You know, people expect so much out of Peyton Manning just because he's so good. I mean, people expect the world out of him and expect him to never fail. But he's only a human like anybody else. So hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you all later. Peace.